everyone, and welcome back to the FCF Leadership Podcast. It's been a while, but we're back and ready to help you become the best leader you can be. Figuring out your personality can be a great tool when you are navigating the world, training up leaders, trying to be good parents or grandparents. Over the years, there have been many different types of personality tests. There's been the Myers-Briggs, the DISC, are you a peacock or an owl? But right now, the most popular one is the Enneagram. At FCF, we believe one of the ways to be a good leader is to understand yourself and those around you. By understanding the personality types around you, you'll be able to lead more effectively. The Enneagram theorizes there are 9 different personality types. Each type sees the world in a different way, and each type has underlying motivation that runs through their whole life and influences how they behave and how they feel. If you're like me, you're probably thinking not everyone fits into 9 different personality types, and you're right. But this is just a jumping off point. If you do more research into Enneagrams, you'll find out there's like a whole bunch of different codes with Enneagrams like wings and triads and strength paths and growth paths and a few other things, but we're not going to focus on all of that right now. I've been doing research for months to learn about this, and I believe I can communicate better with my coworkers, my kids, and my husband because I'm paying attention to their personality types. I'm paying attention to how they hear me. I'm paying attention to how they feel what is going on in the world. Here's another part of this. Finding out your personality is not just so you can sit and stew in whatever bad or good characteristic your type has. It's understanding who you are and not limiting yourself to it. As we go through each one, you'll hear about strengths and weaknesses of each type. And I'm believing you'll discover a better way to lead by understanding people better. So here's a list of all the different Enneagram types. Type 1, the Perfectionist. Type 2, the Helper. Type 3, the Performer. Type 4, the Romantic. I'm a 4. Type 5, the Investigator. Type 6, the Loyalist. Type 7, the Enthusiast. Type 8, the Challenger. And Type 9, the Peacemaker. Here's the thing, these were just generalizations, and everything that we're talking about in these upcoming 9 more podcasts will be a generalization of each type. But you'll identify with a part of probably each one because we're going to be talking about characteristic types that people struggle with. For example, Enneagram 1, we're going to be, I'll sit with my friend Shayna and we'll talk about difficulty with that Enneagram type, specifically control, what that looks like. How can control be a bad thing? How can it be a good thing? How it can create a good leader? How it can destroy a good leader? It's just a growing thing. The more you understand you, the more you understand those around you, the better you can be. We, all humans, were created in God's image. And He is a diverse God. There is no cookie-cutter human of what we need to be. But we all need to look to Jesus as the guide. And all throughout the Bible, Jesus met people where they were and raised them up. He spoke in ways that people would receive from Him. He was kind with some and direct with others, but He was always Himself, just adjusted things to those around Him. In Philippians 1, 9 through 10, it says, "And this is my prayer, that your love may abound more and more in knowledge and depth of insight, so that you may be able to discern what is best and may be pure and blameless for the day of Christ." That is our prayer for all of us ministry leaders, that your love will grow, and not just for God, but also for His people. Every other week, we will dive into each type of Enneagram. I'll have guests with me, and we will learn about each Enneagram, their strengths, their weaknesses, see what that looks like psychologically and biblically with Dr. Todd Bowman and Pastor Patrick Norris, so we can learn the best way to lead them and then learn the best way to teach them to lead. Stick around because it's going to be really interesting. And before you listen or watch the next one, I suggest you go take an Enneagram test if you haven't yet. We use crystalknows.com, and it is free. I would recommend you take it. You send it to all of your team members, have them take it, so you can start this process as we go. I'm really excited you guys are joining me. I'm really excited we're able to do this again. So stick around. It's going to be a fun journey.